Good afternoon, ladies. Hey, Brenda, how are you? Mona, good to see you are happy today. Bessie, you're my girl, Bessie. Little Bess. You guys are hanging out on this side today, huh? Doing some important ranch chores this afternoon. So I'm gonna let the ladies out front to graze, and then I'm gonna go to this back pasture and the electric fence back here and try to fix it. It's been down for the past 5 or 6 months, and the ladies love to escape. So I need to fix that, so come spring, I have another pasture to rotate them on. Also, want to work on the tiny home if there's time. So big ranch afternoon, it is beautiful out. So let's go take care of the ladies first. Leading the way again, Bessie. Very good. Whichever way you want. It's up to you. There you go. Little Bass. Right over to the alfalfa bale. So they're going to be good. So I loaded up what I need for the electric fence to repair it. Fire ants. Oh man, these T-posts were laying on the ground and of course covered in fire ants. So now I'm getting bit by fire ants. Awesome. No bueno. Easy. Let's take the trailer down to this other pasture with the fire ants. So I have this solar electric fence panel, and it's been working great for the past year and a half, but then all of a sudden it just stopped. And I thought it was because one of the electric lines was hitting brush, cleared everything out, wasn't the problem. So what I did was I changed the battery last weekend and I've left it out in the sun all week. So I'm hoping this fixes the problem, and that's all it was the battery. So this is my setup here for this side of the pasture, this back pasture, for the electric fence. So it runs all the way from this end all the way down to the back end of the pasture. So basically the first time I put it up, they touched it and that was the end of it. So it keeps them out, rather keeps them in. So let's see if this works. You can hear that snap. I think you can hear it. It's like a little tick. So that tick is the electric pulse going out into these. So in order to test it, use a voltage tester. This end, this probe goes into the ground. And then pop this on, and you should see it light up. It is so bright outside right now, though. I don't know if the camera picks it up. It just flashes. But that was the problem, obviously. So let me check the rest of these here. Okay, middle one works. And top one's going. Okay, so that's good. So this is working. However, this has been busted down along the lines here. I've been catching on the security cameras wild hogs, and they have been causing a huge problem. So we have this seasonal pond here. It's actually right here. And I say seasonal because basically it's a puddle right now. But we've had a lot of rain. We had snow melting, of course, and there was a lot of water in there. So I think, because we have a ravine that goes around this property, I think the hogs were coming up and hanging out here for a while. But they caused so much damage and they multiplied. So I was seeing like 3 or 4, and then all of a sudden it was like piglets running around on the security cameras. So they completely destroyed this fence. So gotta fix it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shut off the panel, and I'm gonna drive along the fence line, clear up any brush that's touching any of the lines, because that will create a short, and then also fix any of the broken posts. So this fence post here is plastic, and I'm gonna replace it with a metal one. It will be a lot more sturdier. It'll also make me feel a lot better when I do have the cows over here, that this thing is gonna hold up. At least I hope. How goes Frazier? A little wind. Whoa. That would have hurt bad. So much sturdier. And what I'm doing too is just spacing them out, just thinking about, all right, how the cows, the size of them, of course, they're huge, but the way that they are with their heads are always looking to eat down on the ground. So you don't have to go too high. You don't have to worry about them jumping. I heard you have to worry about bulls jumping though, but I don't have that problem. Okay, continuing down the fence line. So here's another one that's bent. I'm gonna replace this one with a metal one. So I don't know what happened. My camera stopped recording, probably because it felt bad for me, because I was struggling putting in this T-post. But anyway, T-post is in. And now all I have to do is put on the insulators. Looking good. So this is the end of the electric fence line and the edge of the property. The property actually goes down, but there's a ravine. So that big tree right here. So that's down in a ravine down there, and that's still the property line. However, though, with the cattle and all that stuff, you have to keep them up here. They go down to that ravine. Man, they ain't coming back up. But taking a look at this this fence, it looks pretty good. There's one post up here that I'm just gonna replace. It's a plastic one. I'm gonna replace it with another plastic one. Something hit it. It was either a hog or a deer. Snapped the base of it. I don't know what type of birds those are. I don't know if you can hear that. If it wasn't during the day, I thought we'd be under attack. So I mentioned the hogs before. Previous owner had a hog trap. So obviously this has been a problem for this property for some time. And the first time I'm seeing hogs on the security cameras, like I said before, probably because of all of the rain that we had and the seasonal pond. But yeah, he was catching hogs here. Pretty wild. So just looking at this and fixing the fence, I'm looking at the trails in the back, wooded area, wooded pasture, whatever we want to call it. It's so underutilized. Man, it's so much fun riding the four-wheelers back there and seeing what's back there. I mean, we have honeybees in this tree. There's a clearing area it would be so cool for either a tiny house or a little campsite area fireplace. Right now, the electric fence, you know, you got to shut it down and then you got to kind of crawl through because everything's tied together. I think I have a solution where it'd be easy to shut down the electric fence and get through it and turn it back on. So I can bring a four-wheeler back there and everything. So I'm going to ride up and see if I can do that next. So I picked up 3 of these things since I have 3 lines of electric. So basically all it is a gate handle. You're creating a gate handle out of that electric wire. The one end gets tied into here, and then there's metal in here, so the electric continues through the plastic, right? So I could touch this when it's on. I'm not gonna get shocked. And then the other end is just looped into the electric wire. Pretty simple. So gonna do this right now. So gonna go ahead and start on this bottom one. I'm gonna tie it multiple times through here, just so it's getting a good electric connection. So we'll loop it through twice, just to make sure. And then on this end, I'm just gonna make a loop, and then that will hook in. And it connects like that. Not bad. I hope it works. 2 more to go. Doing this one like an idiot. Dude, what type of birds are those? I can't figure it out. I want to say it's wild turkeys, but I don't think it is. Okay, so finished up these 3 insulated fence handles. I think that's the official word, but fence handles. So the last thing to do is just check the fence, turn it back on, and make sure that it's electrified from the top all the way to the bottom. If we have that, we are good. Good, 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 good. Electrified before the handle and after the handle. So now I just got to go all the way down to the end, make sure that's electrified. And if it is, we're good. It means nothing's broken from here to down to the end. And then we are golden. Mission accomplished. I shouldn't get ahead of myself. Something always goes wrong. Yep. Those are the neighbors' longhorns. Always breaking loose. Always trying to mess with the ladies. Okay, back down to the end here. Check these. All right, ground in. Good on this one. Good on this one. I wonder what Kid Rock is doing right now. Not this. Good on this one. All right. Finally, something went right down here. It's either I'm getting good at ranching, I hope, or I just got lucky. Probably just got lucky. Always takes longer than expected. Probably only have a couple of hours. So on to the next thing. Back up the tiny home. I just want to take some time and put a couple more boards up. Just makes me feel a little bit more accomplished on the ceiling because it is a long task. It's not quick. That's loud. Mystery solved. It was ducks. All the wood I stained is up on the ceiling, so worst thing of the whole project. Back to staining. So I had to run up and get some stain, but as you can see, it's already getting dark out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn on the lights, stain a bunch of wood. I only got one table of boards done. I only did this last week and I underestimated how long it takes to stain. It takes a long time. I just don't have the patience for it. So I'm gonna check on the cows. What are you girls up to? You're just hanging out at the alfalfa bale. You'd love it. If you didn't know they were here, their faces are spooky at night. It's like going through a haunted house. All right, so everything packed up here in the storage container. And with that, another day at the ranch.